How's it going, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be going over Blastar's kit and looking at who we want to be pairing Blastaar with, because the strike spot made it sound like he is going to be a really fun character that's not going to be breaking up our current Crucible teams, but instead will be as a gravitational pull, bringing in all our really strong, friendly, plug-and-play characters like Ahuri, like Old Man Logan, that we want to find a good use for, they're pretty good in Crucible right now, but he's going to make them better. All right, the invasion has begun, and Nexus Earth is okay. Blah 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 blah. Blastaar was a ruthless. Okay, blah 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 blah. King of Cosmic Crucible offense. A new reign is set to begin in Cosmic Crucible, and Blastaar will be atop the throne, arriving with a kit that makes him an offensive terror. So very much an offensive character. The explosive Blastaar is a time bomb of damage and effect manipulation. All of his abilities have 0 ability energy cost, including both his special and ultimate. So the way this works is basically on defense. We'll figure out how he functions. Gambit is the only other character like this. Gambit's special doesn't have a cost. Gambit on the defensive side will only do his special if he has charged. So if he'll get the extra effects from doing his special. So Blastaar, I know his special is going to be a heal. His ultimate is going to be his big nuke. His ultimate will be affected by the amount of bomb blasts he has. So on the defensive side, they could have very well programmed it so that Blastaar will use his basics unless he's at X amount of life, in which case he'll use his special so he heals up. Or if he's at X amount of bomb blasts, at which point he'll use his ultimate to do a whack ton of damage. Doesn't mean he's going to be useless on defense, but it does mean that he is severely crippled on defense. Blastaar's basic will fill his speed bar, clear safeguard, and feeds his bomb burst status effect, while his special controls the battlefield and his ultimate unleashes a devastating attack. Blastaar is also fortified with heals, barrier, drain, making him difficult to eliminate. Good stuff. Bomb Burst, Light Fuse. Blastaar's prize weapon is his Bomb Blast status effect that both protects Blastaar and pulverizes enemies. Bomb Blast is a neutral status effect similar to Charged that Blastaar gains through his basic or passive abilities, as long as he doesn't possess Silence with Bomb Burst. Okay, so it's going to be like a yellow effect, kind of like how we have Darkness as a purple status effect. It's on enemies. This would be a positive effect like that. I think it's okay for really important characters like a Null or like a new legendary character to have particular buffs and debuffs. I hope they just don't do this for every single character that comes to the game. There are other games that do it, like Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Every single character has their own status effect, and it gets annoying to keep track of what is happening. And so just if it's for just special characters like this, it's perfectly fine, and it's actually really cool. And after hearing what his kit is, I'm pretty excited. But let's actually read the fine print. Blastaar's speed bar can't be reduced via Awakened passive. Gains 20% speed per bomb burst via Awakened passive. Okay, so that passive has tremendous value. Likely spender only at first. Hopefully they'll let us earn it the way we earn some Quasar Awakened abilities, but I don't know. That's concerning because this is such a integral part of a kit. Not being able to get rebound and getting additional speed per bomb burst, that changes how the character functions to an extreme degree. Blastaar can't gain slow or speed up. Blastaar gains additional focus for himself and all allies. All right, cool. Blastaar abilities feed Blastaar's Bomb Blast. Not only does Blastaar's basic grant him Bomb Blast, but anytime a non-summoned ally uses their basic, Blastaar will gain a Bomb Blast. It's not the same as an assist. I guess he just gains this. I'm not sure if he performs an attack or not. It wasn't very clear. We're going to find out soon. Ultimate Detonation. Stack bomb bursts on Blastaar and then turn the enemy side of the battle into a crater. Gains piercing per bomb burst. On Crucible offense. Okay, why am I reading this? Let's just read what his actual abilities do. Blastaar's abilities. He's a villain, cosmic, bio. Yes, so save your Fantastic Four bio gear payout that we just got. And make sure if you are a fan of Cosmic Crucible, you're saving some for Blastaar. We don't know if he's going to be a 3 cost, a 4 cost, a 5 cost. I'll save 75 of all the bio pieces because I'm going to assume he's going to be like Quasar and be a 3 cost, but he could be more. You never know. His speed stat comes in at 127. That is not a bad speed stat. So even though he's getting additional speed bar and speed stat from having bomb burst stuff go off, he's at least not starting off slow, which means he could see some use into the game modes. Basic, this is his level 7, so non-awakened. Attack primary target. If the character does not have silence, clear all negative effects on self. Sorry, if this character. Gain 1 bomb burst. On Crucible offense, so he actually does that in all modes. If the primary target does not have Safeguard. Clear all positive effects on the primary. Okay. Fill speed bar by 5%, so it doesn't get the speed bar outside of Crucible. The attack gains 500% extra focus. The attack cannot be dodged. That can't be dodged. It's due to lava. So let's just make this very clear. If the primary target does not have Safeguard, he'll clear any positive effects on the primary target. That's cool. That's very cool. All right, very, very, very cool. Let's see what the Awaken is doing. It looks like it's only changing the Crucible part. If primary target has Safeguard, reduce the duration of Safeguard by 2, immunity by 2, and taunt by 1. Get absolutely wrecked. And he'll fill speed bar by 30% instead of 5. Jeez Louise, guys. 25% difference between the Awakened and not Awakened. Again, that is such a astronomical difference in functionality. His ISO attack is... it scales 1-to-1 as far as effects go with his basic, so he is definitely going to be a striker. That's a scary character. All right, his special, cost 0, of course. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 350% piercing. Not a bad number there. Steals an additional 10% max health and redistributes itself to primary and adjacents. Again, not mad at that. Imagine Invisible Woman groups them together and he just jumps on all 5 people. Apply ability block to primary. He gains 2 turns of Safeguard. He'll then heal for 40% of this character's max health. This amount is reduced by 5% per bomb burst on this character, down to a minimum of 15%. So it's like, hey, if you got bomb burst, you better all. Otherwise, you're not getting as much healing. I think that's kind of cool. In Crucible, on offense, it's all on offense. Apply trauma to primary. If this character has 3 or more bomb bursts, apply ability block to all adjacent. Okay, so lets it heal, but now you're applying ability block to everybody. Bury yourself and all allies for 30% of this character's max health. Apply immunity for 2 turns to self and allies. That's a crazy ability. That is an absolute crazy ability, but I'm looking and I don't hate the outside of Crucible use right here. The ability block, the gaining Safeguard, the big damage, stealing max health, ignoring heal block. I'm liking all this. This looks great. All right, and there is no Awaken on the special. The ultimate. He attacks all enemies for 50% piercing. This attack gains an additional benefit based on the number of bomb bursts on the character. He gains 250 piercing per bomb burst on this character, up to a maximum of 1,250, so that's 5 of them. On Crucible offense, if the character has 3 more bomb bursts before this attack, reduce duration of all positive effects on all enemies by 3? No, so it just says no death proof, no dodge because it's not unavoidable or anything like that, no immunities, no nothing, just straight damage. So before the attack, that's insane. If this character has 5 more bomb bursts, gain 50% crit chance for the stack. Clear all bomb bursts on this character. Enemies killed by the stack cannot be revived. That's one hell of a nuke. We saw this in the strike spot. It was hitting for 20 freaking million. Absolutely insanity. It's only gonna get better with the Awakened. Okay, here, hold on. Hold on, I'm not ready for this one. Let's just see the change. So, on Crucible offense, if this character has 4 or more bomb bursts, gain 30% drain. Okay, so just adds a heal. On Crucible offense, this character has 5 more bomb bursts, reduce the speed bar of all enemies by 30%. Yikes! That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Passive, the living bomb burst. On spawn, gain defense up for 2 turns and Safeguard for 2 turns. He starts with Safeguard. Very cool. When a non-summon ally uses their basic, attack the primary target for 175% plus 20% piercing. Yes, so this is why he is going to work well with Kahori. Kahori starts with 2 basics if she doesn't have her speed bar stopped, right? This is not an assist. This is akin to like Peggy Carter attacking at the end of a Liberty character's turn. So this is like Kahori doesn't get stopped by this. Odin doesn't get stopped by this. I assume Scientist Supreme's ultimate is obviously not a basic anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Probably Mephisto basic, Empowered basic is going to work here as well. So that's very, very, very powerful synergies that he's going to be tapping into that we haven't been able to yet. Clear all negative effects on self. If this character does not have silence, gain 1 bomb burst up to a maximum of 5. On Crucible offense, if the primary target does not have Safeguard, clear all positive effects on the primary target. What? I swear to God. If it removes Safeguard when a non-summon ally uses their basic attack, if that clears Safeguard, a decay effect, this is a broken-ass character. On Crucible offense, fill speed bar for self by 30%. On Crucible offense, the character gains 500% extra focus. While this character has bomb burst, in Crucible, the character cannot gain slow or speed up. Oh, only while he has it. Okay, so like if we have Fury and Fury's first character to go, he can gain speed up through that. And he can still have speed up, he just can't gain it. Okay, that's different. Now we have some synergies we can play around with, possibly. In Crucible, gain 100% focus for self and all allies. Just 100%, but with new stats, that 100% goes a long way. So yeah, Black Knight not really going to be standing up to Quasar in any sort of new stat teams. It's not like he's doing it right now anyway, mind you. All right, cool. I'm scared to look at this Awakened passive. On spawn, gain defense up. Okay, just what's new? On Crucible, if primary target have safeguard, reduce the ratio of safeguard and immunity by 2 and taunt by 1. Yo, this is crazy though. While he has bomb burst, he cannot be speed bar cannot be reduced. On Crucible offense, he gains 20% speed per bomb burst on this character. So when he gets up to 5 stacks, which is the max, he's gonna have 254 speed stat. You know how crazy that is? So when he gets to 5, he's going to reach that ultimate very, very quickly, and you're not going to be able to rewind him. This is if you have the Awakened passive, mind you. This is a nutty character. Whoa. This will change Crucible in a big way. I just want to take this time to take a quick look at some of the characters that I use in Crucible, how they would synergize with this guy, because they have to use basics for it to apply the way that we want it to, right? For it to get bombers. So, I mean, they brought up Gohori. I think Gohori is obviously the most obvious character to go with him. The problem with Gohori, of course, is that you're going to have to make sure you're not walking into anti-speed bar stuff. So, like, Professor X is not going to be an option here, right? So on her ultimate, she does gain 200% speed bar. So you can't walk in where there's on spawn speed bar negation like a Professor X. Who else does it on defense right now? A Howard the Duck, a Captain Britain. So those kind of things would stop the Gohori synergy. You can control speed bar a lot in Crucible right now. I guess a Curse does it as well now, right? So it's not going to be like always buddy, because even if Gohori gets shut down by somebody shutting down speed bar, if you have the Awakened passive, you can get speed stats. So now they need to have anti-speed bar and anti-speed stat. And then who can we use that would be going super quick that doesn't mind using a basic? Well, Kang the Conqueror came to mind right away for me. So Kang the Conqueror, if we can find him on his basic, if he's hitting into vulnerable, he's going to be getting speed bar as well. Obviously, if speed bar is shut down, that's not something we need to worry about. But also in Crucible on offense, he is going to be spawning in with speed up. And he also gives speed bar on spawn again if it's not shut down. So that's going to be some crazy synergy. So Kang, Gohori looking really, really good with Blastarr. I think that we're going to have an interesting conversation about Franklin with the Fantastic Four members and Blastaar as well. Because if speed bar is shut down, speed stat is really only getting shut down by a handful of characters right now, right? The entire Starjammer team, if they're together, shut down speed stat. The Accursed shut down speed stat only on hero characters. And then there's Emma Frost X-Men. I think those are the only 3 instances right now. Oh, and the entire Vigilante team, if the entire Vigilante team is together. So Fantastic Four will get a whack load of speed stat on spawn. I don't think they really want to do their basics though, so maybe they're not going to pair too good with our new legendary characters going to be coming to the game. Besides that, I would love to see some fast characters. Maybe they get speed up on spawn. You know who'd be really good is Black Panther Shuri, the Illuminati team, because they all get speed up on spawn, and their basics are not bad. Their basics are not bad at all. If we go to Black Panther Shuri and look at what her basic does, slow defense down, heal block, having that fuel Blastaar would be great. She would obviously have to be paired with Hank if that was the situation. And then Hank would come in with a basic, which gains an assist from a random Illuminati ally and a random hero ally. Blastarr is unfortunately a villain, so he wouldn't be able to get called in on that assist, but he would do his own sort of retaliate situation he's got going on anyway, so that's cool. Oh, you know what you also got to take into account? Characters that apply assists now. Like Nick Fury applies assists now on his passive. I think Kingpin can get a random assist as well. So if we can get a random assist applied to Blastaar, that's going to work. Quasar with Blastaar. if Blastaar's going to have this super high damage, which I bet he does, Quasar comes in at 129 speed, a little bit faster. Quasar special calls in an assist from the ally with the highest damage, I believe. That's going to be nuts. Oh, how would this guy work with a cursed, I wonder? Would he play well with them? I don't think he would. I don't think he's what a curse wants. I think a curse really like that Mephisto being paired with them or just being used on offense only. Speaking of Mephisto would be really good with our friend here if we're not getting our speed stat shut down by a Fantastic Four 3-piece or Starjammers. Then when we get that speed, even if there is a null, we get that 666 speed. Mephisto likes to do back-to-back attacks. And he really likes to use this basic, applying defense down, getting all those bleeds up there. So Mephisto and Blastaar will be huge. Oh, I'm starting to see the pieces come together. What if we get like, oh God, here we go. Iron Patriot, Kang, Kahori, Mephisto, Blastaar team put together. So we get the early vulnerables, right? We are getting 2 basics from Kahori. We get a basic from Kang. All the extra damage is happening to villains because of our Iron Patriot. Kang gets speed bar because he used his basic. Mephisto's using basic. Ooh, that would be brutal. I think there's going to be a lot of fun synergies to use around this character, but I am concerned. I'm concerned about the various ways we can stop him. Old Man Logan. Yeah, Old Man Logan's kind of interested too. I am concerned about all the ways that we can stop the speed bar that he would gain. And if we can stop the speed bar he or his allies gain, then there is definitely a world where we can get to him, clear that early safeguard, flip that defense up, and kill him before he takes turn. As a Blastaar character, I imagine he's going to be squishy. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Guys, let me know what you think about Blastaar's kit. I think it's kind of spooky how overpowered the speed mechanics look like on him. But with so many ways to control speed right now, I'm curious how he's actually going to pan out. And what do you think about these Awakened abilities? These Awakened abilities are too much in my opinion. The Quasar Awakens were great, right? Like he got Drain on his passive and his basic did 10% more damage to everybody instead of his Cosmic Heroes. And that's great, but it's not game breaking. The ultimate on Quasar did put a battlefield effect out that stopped charges and stopped Odin. It was really good. We all quickly learned that the special just kills everybody, so you don't need that Awakened ult anyway in war. These look different. These Awakened abilities look like they are not skippable if you want him to perform the way he's intended to in Crucible. Excited to see your thoughts about that, guys, but for now, stay happy, stay healthy, have yourselves a wonderful day. If you like this video, please make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. But for now, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.